So I'm going to be switching up my CO2 a little bit today on the 90p. As you guys know, I've been using the GLA inline diffuser, which it's been fine, but lately it's been kind of weird. See, you kind of, yeah, there we go. You kind of see how there's bigger bubbles coming out, and honestly, I don't even think it's even doing anything at the moment. And it just started doing like that, and I've cleaned it. I just don't know what's wrong, but there's probably something that can be fixed, and I'm just not seeing it, or something's different because I did change it out quite a bit, so I might have messed up something on accident. But either way, I wasn't. I mean, I'm a fan, but at the same time, I'm not. So I'm just gonna. I'll still have this, so it's not like we're losing it. So if we ever wanted to, we can switch right back, which is fine. So I'm just gonna take it out. So we'll just hook that tube right up. I'm hoping the tube's long enough to make it. If I need to, I can just pull this a little closer, and then of course there'll be a lot of this tube will probably be bent real hard, but that's okay. If I need to, I'll buy a whole new set of tubes anyways. They're like 17 bucks for ADA ones, so they're not bad at all. But I'll remove that, keep it, because I might go back to it, who knows. So I'm gonna finally switch to inline, which that's what most people do anyways. Usually you go inline when you start getting to bigger tanks, probably honestly, like my size 44 gallons, that's probably the biggest you'd want to go inline. And once you get after that, once you get into like the 80 gallons and the next size up from this, I think is like a 60, and then it goes 80, and then a 120, 160, at least these rimless ones. Usually after this size, I would definitely go inline or get a reactor, either one. But reactors are probably the best option for really big tanks, you know, anything bigger than this. The reactors are probably your best option, but inline definitely works just as well if it works. But again, I probably messed up something, so I'll take a look at it when I remove it again. But so except we have everything up there, I'll just put the inline over here. So as you guys know, I'm using the Neo diffuser, which you guys probably recognize. This is definitely the best diffuser out there at the moment, and it's the cut. I call it the custom one. I think they call it, yeah, the special extend. So it's really long. So, and you can be able to bend it to any shape you like. So let's see if I can one hand this. So here, I'm gonna box. Okay, so I got all this unboxed. So you see it's really long, and you don't have, obviously you don't have to. You can bend it. You probably want to leave it low up, and then we'll bend it over. But how far I want it to go down, I don't know. I mean, I definitely need enough room for it to bend a little bit over, so we can get a line on there. But I'll try to get as low as possible to where it'll still sit by itself, but long enough to where we can get, just at least a little bit over the edge, and then I can just use CO2 line for the rest. But everything else in the package, obviously your suction cups, which I'm not sure how that works or how that comes. Oh, I see. They're bigger, so they have those big holes through there. Okay, that's actually real nice. So I wonder if our CO2 tubing can go through that. It probably will. We'll test that out. But then obviously we know we got our flex, or what you want to call this, that goes through the acrylic tube to be able to bend it, so we'll heat it up. And I don't know if I'll get that on video because I don't got anything to hold this camera, so I'll probably just, because you guys can look it up. There's a lot of people that have really good videos on this, actually showing how to bend it and all. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys me installing it on my tank. I won't really get into all the how to burn it and all that, but if you do have questions, I can definitely answer those down below or on my Instagram at JJ Aquariums. But I got the large size, so it's the biggest disc they make. And then the only other thing, I got their check valve, their advanced one. So I just got a little bit nicer one just because it wasn't that much more money. So that will definitely go probably up here somewhere. So there's mostly air. So if water drops by, it's only gonna flow to like down here, and that will allow the CO2 to not take so much time to push all that water back out. And that's also a reason why we set our CO2 on for an hour early in the morning before the lights, for that reason, so that CO2 can build up and have the extra time to be ready. So the lights do come on, you have CO2 actually going into the tank. But so yeah, that's enough talk for now. I'm gonna work on getting that bent, and then I'll probably install it, get that removed, and then I'll show you guys from then. Oof, okay, so I got everything installed. Of course, I'll say it again. I didn't show you guys me actually. I'll go through everything I did, but I didn't actually show it on video. I was just trying to. I had to do a lot of stuff, clean the filter and all that. So, but there, like I said again, there's a lot of great videos on how to use this thing by people way better than me. So you can definitely check their videos on how to actually, heating up and bending it. But it was really simple. You just have to heat it up until you see it start bending, and then you just basically I sticked it in the tank and just held it there until it hardened and back up, and then you just pull your rubber tubing out, and this just keeps it so when it melts, because if you didn't have this in here, it would melt, and then you couldn't get CO2 to go through there. So this is basically keeps that opening for that CO2 to go through. But you can see it's kind of janky just because I actually had it bent wrong, so this thing would have like been at a weird angle and not straight like this. So I kind of had to reheat this bottom over here. So it's fine. It's not like it's not like it's supposed to be an art piece, but then I got my check valve right there. It's kind of ugly right there. It'd probably been better to be like somewhere down here where it's not up against the glass, but we can easily change that if we need to, if we end up not liking it there. But it does work way better when it's that close like that. But yeah, we got that in, and then I'll see the tube. At least now it's all in a separate system, so it's not interacting with the filters. So now the filter there's like nothing that can go wrong, because having that in line, it can reduce flow, and it definitely will even when it is clean. So now it's nicer that there's nothing connected. I'll have to get new tubes. Obviously you can see how tight I had to push it against the side. It's usually out here in the middle. You can see the marks where it usually is. So I'll have to get newer tubes. It kind of sucks, but it's not much money, so I'm not too worried. But it just shut off now, but you can see the bubbles are still coming off. I kind of went real high on it just to see the CO2 come out, but to make sure it all works. But yeah, this is way better already. Now it's better too, because now I can actually see, like, there's actually CO2 coming out. When it was through the filter, it's harder, so you don't know if it's actually working or not. And so now this will be a lot better, at least for me, until I get the hang of everything. I've done this a lot, but it's just still it's good to just physically see your stuff working like that, and making sure everything's in check, because you can think everything's all right, and then you realize that your CO2's not even getting dosed at all or something, or your filter's not doing something right. It's just there's all these factors that can go into a plant tank that can ruin it easily. So this is a big one, and I'll update you guys on the whole tank on another video. It's a lot different. You might see a couple glimpses that you guys saw of it. I had to replant a lot of stuff and do some stuff. I kind of made a few mistakes that I shouldn't have, but I'll give you guys an update video on all that soon. But other than that, I did use the one suction cup. I don't think I'll need the second one. And that was another thing. I thought I messed up because I already bent it and I didn't get the suction cups on there. And it still worked even with the bend that hard. I was able to get the suction cup on there, so it was real flexible. But I'll keep the second one. I don't think I'll need the second one. I just don't want to make it a big eyesore, but at least keep that bottom where this is, tucked as far as that way. And I think the rest is fine. But other than that, if you guys have questions about anything or anything else you see in the tank, it doesn't even have to be the CO2 that we just did. If you have any questions on my setup in general, definitely ask me down below, or go to my Instagram at JJ I always respond to everybody, including the comment section on YouTube, so definitely hit me up. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.